So my story begins with a very special person in my life named Andrew. This is Andrew. Andrew is my cousin, my best friend, and my inspiration. Andrew is best known for being a caring brother, a loving son, an aspiring athlete and standout student, the friendliest, funniest life of the party. Oh, I skipped one. He's a Bears fan too. And an all-around happy, outgoing goofball. In every one of those pictures I showed, Andrew was battling Hodgkin's lymphoma. And honestly, when I first wrote out that sentence, I wrote that Andrew was suffering from Hodgkin's lymphoma. But I edited myself because aside from the lack of hair in some of those pictures, it would be nearly impossible to know. Andrew wasn't a sufferer, he was a fighter. Andrew was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2004, a month after graduating 8th grade. Throughout his 4 years at St. Rita High School and into his first year of undergrad at DePaul University, he bravely underwent countless treatments, including chemotherapy and stem cell and bone marrow transplants, many of which were under the care of the incredible doctors here at Advocate. Unfortunately, the cancer won and we lost Andrew on November 20th, 2009. The following spring, a group of Andrew's friends and family founded the nonprofit Walk It Out for Andrew, or WIOFA as we like to call it. The official mission of WIOFA is to perpetuate the inspiring passion of Andrew by diligently working to support the children and families affected by pediatric cancer. I currently serve as WIOFA's Director of Marketing and PR, and it's been an incredible experience to see how the organization has grown. What was originally started as a one-time community 5K walk is now in its 6th year. This past year, WIOFA committed to funding the Teen Hematology and Oncology Support Group here at Advocate. The group is for hematology and oncology patients ages 13 to 21 to experience opportunities that promote normalization, socialization, and mutual support. It provides an essential opportunity that helps these adolescent patients restore hope, achieve a sense of belonging, and regain a sense of independence by hosting entirely free outings every other month. They do fun activities like go to Six Flags and Blackhawks games, and next month they're actually going indoor skydiving, so I think Andrew would approve of that. At WIOFA, we thought it was important to sponsor a group like this because there are so many teenagers like Andrew who are overcoming huge obstacles every day. They're the ones who, like Andrew, might not appear very sick simply because they don't want to be treated that way. These teens are not only battling physically, but their mental strength is unmatched. Much too young to die, but old enough to fully grasp that you very well might is an incredibly dark and lonely place to be. That's why we're committed to providing these teens as much support as we possibly can and plan to expand our efforts even more in the future. In fact, I'm excited to announce that in the coming year we will be expanding the teen support program to be not only here in Oak Lawn, but also at the Park Ridge campus, therefore doubling our commitment. So how did we get to this point? My best piece of advice for donors and volunteers is to find a way to help through your passions. For WIOFA, some of the ways we found fundraising success through our passions this past year was by expanding beyond just organizing a 5K and adding on a marathon team and a second event. For example, my fellow board members and I are all social 20-somethings, and when we were planning our second event, we sat around and thought, well, what's something that we and our friends would enjoy attending? The overwhelming response was something fun, something country-themed, and something with beer. So from there, we designed the WIOFA Goes Buck Wild event. As a promotion, we handed out these save-the-date cards at our annual 5K. And for the event, we rented out the saloon room at Bourbon Street, had country bands, a drink and food deal, raffles and merchandise, and it ended up being a huge success. We we also had our first ever marathon team this year. Advocate has an amazing marathon program set up that includes membership in the Chicago Area Runners Association and incredible support from Advocate staff with fundraising ideas and reminders, group meetups, training gear, and a private tent on race day. We had 7 members on our team, and each person was required to raise at least $1,000 in order to run. Our team ended up raising over $10,000, which alone is enough to support an entire year of the teen support program. I was a member of the inaugural team. This is my before and after. So you had a really broad range of emotions that day, just overwhelmed and more overwhelmed. But I have to say, if you're even slightly considering running the marathon, do it. I'll be honest with you, I hate running. I like eating cheeseburgers and drinking beer and sleeping in on Saturdays. I don't like getting up at the crack of dawn to run 10 miles or the ridiculous training we did, but I swear to you, if I can do it, you can do it. And I encourage you to invite your friends and family to join you. It's not easy by any means, but it is truly an amazing and worthwhile experience. So again, follow your passions. If your passion is beer, host a bar event. If your passion is fitness or you just like a crazy challenge, run the marathon. Maybe you love photography. Offer your services to take pictures for an event. Or if you love time in the kitchen, have a bake sale or a spaghetti night, or donate your chef skills to provide food for events. There are so many ways to raise money and create good out of everyday things that you enjoy. You don't need a big grand scheme, just some passion and a little creativity. Now before we get to the Q&A, I want to leave you with a quick story about Andrew. Andrew and I were scary story addicts. We always wanted to see the latest horror movies and share creepy ghost stories, but it was insane because we could not handle it. We would try to freak the other person out, and then in return it would just freak ourselves out, and it was just a never-ending cycle of terror. A few years before Andrew passed, we were hanging out in my grandparents' basement and heard a weird noise, and it got to the point that we had a full-on wrestling match to run up the stairs and get away from the monster in the basement. We were teenagers, by the way, not children. It was ridiculous. But the day before Andrew passed, I flew home from school and went straight to his house. He was lying in bed in my aunt's room, and I joined him. And for a while we just lied there in silence. Then he cleared his throat and said to me, "Don't be scared." Aside from good night and love you, that was the last thing he ever said to me. Now, he might have meant it as, "Hey, I'm leaving soon, so don't be a wuss without me." He might have meant it as, "Don't be scared of death," or "Don't be scared of losing me." But I like to think that he had a bigger idea in mind with that statement. And knowing that he knew sometimes I was timid and lacked confidence, I like to think that he meant don't be scared of the future, and more importantly, don't be scared to try. I hope when you leave here today that you can take a little bit of Andrew with you and remember those words. Don't be scared to try a new fundraising event. Don't be scared to run a marathon. And don't be scared to work hard for what you believe in. We're all in this room because we have a common goal of a better, healthier community. Don't be scared to push yourself further to make that goal a reality.